Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I just wanted to throw some out here real quick while something came in the mail. Surprisingly, anything did, so we got an MFJ package real quick. What do we got in here? Oh, yeah, I got this from the ham shop, and I kind of know what this is already. Well, let's bust this out real quick. Maybe a quick video. More paperwork inside the box of the box. Your manual is now online, so they're giving us a piece of paper instead of the manual to let us know the manual is now online. Okay, moving on here. This is a dummy load, so this is a 300 watt dry dummy load. So this is the MFJ 260C, and it gives us 300 watts and coverage up to 650. Some say working 650, but what you got to do here, I mean, this is air cooled, it's very extremely light, but what you have to really realize here is exactly what you can do with this. So you see the scale here, it goes up from 0 and goes up to 300 watts. So yeah, it is rated 300 watts, but look at that 300 watts. You're gonna get about 30 seconds of test time, and as you can see, it slopes down, so as the minutes increase. So if you're down to maybe what, decent amount here, say if you're at 100 watts right there, so we're like a minute and a half that you could key this up for safely before this starts degrading down. This just a big monster resistor in here, but let's actually, since we just got this in the mail and it's new, let's take it apart. So here we are with the MFJ 260C. Let's take it apart and see what's inside. Pardon, I got a light that's out somewhat. That is flickering real bad, so there's always something to do here. And you see there are decent machine screws. And it's flickering, so let's hope it stays with us, otherwise I'll have terrible light again. But yeah, so there's that side. Oh, and a special edition in here. What's inside? A dry dummy load. Okay, you can see we got our SO239 going into this device, which 4 screws. Yep, sure is. Let's, of course, let's go right down to it. Cool thing, all the screws are the very same size. No need to keep any kind of issue with where is it? Which one does that go into? So let's take off this little holster here. All right. Now I can leave that in. I'm putting it all back together afterwards. But what's in here? Well, just a big resistor. See, that's air cooled. It has a couple of vents just on the top of it here. Otherwise, double shielded up. But yeah, it's an MFJ part number inside here. So it's rated 50 ohms, 10 plus or minus 10% there. But it's still an MFJ 115-1500. I looked this up. You can get this whole thing, depending on where you get it. I got it on a cheap special, but you can get this replacement part for up to $30. And now they make another one that does 1500 watts into it. And it looks similar to this. So I was like, well, you could just change this out to the latest and upgrade it. But no, you actually don't want to do that. Reason being, you don't need to be cheap. This is just a box and a case inside this resistor. But when you upgrade, you got to think about the same thing. You got to worry about heat dissipation. So you want to make sure you're going to be able to dissipate the heat. This little small unit will not allow that heat dissipation to happen. You'll see it's actually larger of a unit. And it's pretty much the same setup here. But the good thing with MFJ is you can buy the parts real easily. As you can see, you can also easily take this whole thing apart. I mean, look at that. That was an easy tear down, and enough time to reconstruct as I'm just explaining very simple basics here. Don't take anything I have to say for word of the absolute RF truth. Just like everybody else, I'm learning, and I'll definitely say I will where my limitations lie. So anybody always has a better way of doing something or explain anything better. But yeah, this is basically just a big resistor. I used to be able to do light bulbs. Problem with light bulbs is just a regular, I think it was a 60 watt light bulb you could run in coax directly into it. But the problem with that is you end up having a different resistance by the time the light bulb wire inside, it's just light between two contacts on there, or point to point wiring inside, and you just be able to see it, and that's the little point that glows. The same as if you're really keying down and you have a very low rated gauge wiring, you'll see that stuff will start to smoke and cinder. That's the easiest way for electrical fires minus a direct short. But so with this, you end up having the same constant up to a point. I mean, it's a duty load, so you want to be able to break off and not just key this thing up, but safely. You could do a regular RF radio for over 6 minutes, and that's at 25 watts. So if you have a 5 watt radio, you can do it for about over 6 minutes. That's 25 watts right there. So yeah, this is a good one if you have a little bit more. I have the 7300, which is a 100 watt output peak. All right, I wanted to show you this beast real quick. This is the other dummy load I had here. This thing is heavy duty. Issue though, I actually had to buy an adapter to get SO239. It was actually an N type. But yeah, this is a decibel, and it only does 100 watts. 100 watts, 0 to 1 gig. So this is 0 to 1 gig. It's a 100 watt load, but it doesn't have as many specs as far as duty load on this. It says continuous duty, but you can't always do that rated wise. I always go 25% less, so I wouldn't put more than 75 watts into this. And yeah, this is a stout one, but yeah, it only gives you 100 watts. This is at least that 350, so, or 300 rather, but that's only for that short amount of time. So yeah, these are dummy loads that you can get pretty cheap. Both these actually cost about the same price. I should have got this one to start with instead of this one, but this one was actually free shipping, and I finally found one of these that are free shipping. So yeah, I'd go ahead and definitely get the MFJ one here if you're just starting out and you got the 7300 or any of those units that gets 100 watts out. That gives you that buffer room that we're always talking about needing. So this only gets up to 650, but that'll help with 2 meters and 6 meters and 70 centimeters. So yeah, that's always nice to have this one here. But yeah, that's the dummy load. That's the inside of it. All right, talk to y'all later. See ya.